That sound, that wince, that feeling in the morning that your own body is fighting against you. We accept it as truth. Getting older means stiff joints. It means pain. It means our bodies just decay. We're told it's simple wear and tear. A price we pay for living. But what if that's a lie? What if the inevitable joint aging we all fear isn't inevitable at all? What if it's not wear and tear, but something else entirely? And what if the solution isn't in a prescription bottle, but in movements so simple, so intuitive, they've been hidden in plain sight? There are 6 specific movements that fly under the radar of conventional Western medicine that can lubricate, restore, and even reverse the damage in our joints. And today, I'm showing you all of them. First, we need to break down the single biggest misconception about joint pain. When you go to a doctor complaining of an achy knee or a stiff back, what's the usual diagnosis? Osteoarthritis, degeneration, wear and tear. It implies that, like the tread on a tire, your joints just get used up. But here's the thing, your body isn't a car. It's a self-healing, regenerative biological system. The real enemy isn't wear and tear. The real enemy is stagnation. Think of your joints, your hips, your knees, your shoulders like hinges. A metal hinge left out in the rain gets rusty and stiff. Why? Not from overuse, but from disuse and a lack of lubrication. Your joints are the same. They are nourished by a thick, egg white-like substance called synovial fluid. This fluid is your body's natural WD-40. It lubricates the cartilage, removes waste products, and delivers oxygen and nutrients. But here's the catch. Synovial fluid has no heart to pump it. The only way this fluid moves, the only way your joints get fed, is through motion. When we stop moving, the fluid stops moving. It becomes thick and sticky. The cartilage starves, it dries out, it cracks. That is the aging we feel. So, why doesn't your doctor just tell you this? Why are these movements forbidden? Let's be clear, this isn't some grand conspiracy. Doctors in Western medicine are heroes. They are masters of crisis. If you break your leg or have a heart attack, there is no better place to be. They are trained to treat acute problems, often with surgery or powerful medication. But their system isn't designed for preventative maintenance. These movements aren't a treatment for a disease. They are the daily lubrication that prevents the rust from ever setting in. They are what we should have been doing all along. And it's never too late to start. Let's re-lubricate this system. We'll move through the body's 6 key areas that hold the most stagnation. For each one, the goal is not to work out. The goal is to move fluid, be gentle, be deliberate. Movement 1, the synovial swirl, for the hips. Our hips are a ball and socket joint. This ball is designed to float inside a socket, lubricated by that synovial fluid. But from decades of sitting in chairs, that joint gets compressed. The fluid gets squeezed out. This movement decompresses the joint and pumps fresh, healing fluid back into the socket. How to do it? Lie flat on your back, on a carpet or yoga mat. Pull your right knee in toward your chest. Grasp it with both hands. Now, slowly, begin to move your knee in a large, controlled circle. Imagine you are stirring a giant pot with your kneecap. Make the circle as large as you comfortably can. You might feel some clicks or pops. As long as there's no sharp pain, this is just the sound of liberation. The key is to keep your tailbone on the floor. Don't rush. Feel the head of the femur, the ball, rotating smoothly in the socket. Do 10 slow circles in one direction, then reverse. Do 10 slow circles in the other direction. Then, gently release the leg and just pause for a moment. Notice the difference. One hip will feel warmer, lighter, more, and alive. Now, repeat on the left side. Movement 2, the spinal glide, for the vertebrae. We don't have a spine. We have 33 individual bones called vertebrae. In between them are discs, which are like tiny, jelly-filled sponges. When we sit, these sponges get compressed, and the fluid inside them gets squeezed out. We literally get shorter throughout the day. If we don't rehydrate them, they stay flat and dry, leading to degenerative disc disease. This movement gently separates each vertebra, creating a vacuum that sucks fluid and nutrients back into those thirsty discs. How to do it? Come onto all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We will move like a wave, starting from the tailbone. First, inhale. Tilt your tailbone up to the sky. Let that curve travel up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, until finally your head lifts. This is cow pose. Now, exhale. Start from the tailbone again, tuck it under. Feel your low back round, then your mid back, then your upper back. Push the floor away, let your head hang heavy. This is cat pose. The mistake people make is just flapping their back. The secret is to move segmentally. Imagine you are trying to move one single bone at a time. It should feel like you are gliding, not breaking. Do this 10 to 15 times, as slowly as you can. This is the single best thing you can do for a stiff back. Movement 3, the tendon release, for the knees and ankles. Knee pain is rarely a knee problem. It's often a tendon problem. The long, stringy tendons that run from our quads and calves get stiff from disuse. They become like brittle guitar strings pulling on the kneecap. This movement does two things. It activates the muscles around the knee to protect it, and it gently flosses the tendons in the ankle, which are directly connected. How to do it? Sit on the floor with your legs straight out in front of you. Place your hands on the floor beside your hips and sit up tall. Now focus only on your right leg. Without lifting your leg, simply tighten the big muscle on top of your thigh, your quadriceps. Tighten it so much that your heel lifts off the floor, while the back of your knee stays down. Hold that contraction for 5 seconds. Feel that muscle work. That is your knee's natural brace. Relax. Do this 5 times. Now, with that leg still straight, we move to the ankle. Point your toes as hard as you can. Feel the stretch on your shin. Hold for 3 seconds. Now, flex your foot back, pulling your toes toward your shin. Feel that powerful stretch in your calf. Hold for 3 seconds. Do this 20 times. Point, flex, point, flex. You are flossing the Achilles tendon and all the connective tissue that locks up both your ankle and your knee. Repeat the entire sequence on the left leg. Movement 4. The fascial unwind for the shoulders. The shoulder joint is the most complex in the body, and it's held together by a thin, sticky, spider web-like material called fascia. When we are stressed or hunched over a computer, this fascia gets glued down. That's why your shoulder doesn't feel lubricated, it feels stuck. This movement unglues that fascia and melts the tension. How to do it? Stand up or sit tall. Let your arms hang heavy. First, we do a tension release. Inhale and pull your shoulders up as high as you can, try to touch your ears. Create maximum tension. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Now, exhale with a sigh and let them drop completely. Let's do that again. Inhale, shrug up, hold the tension. Exhale, drop. This signals to the nervous system that it's okay to let go. Now, the unwinding. Begin to roll your shoulders backwards. But not just a tiny, quick roll. I want a massive, exaggerated, slow-motion circle. Bring them forward, then up towards your ears. Then squeeze them back, and then down. Feel the shoulder blades gliding against your ribcage. This is not a muscle workout. This is an unwinding. You are literally tearing apart those cobwebs of stuck fascia. Do 10 large circles back. Then 10 large circles forward. Movement 5, the core stabilizer, for low back and SI joint. Much of what we call low back pain is actually sacroiliac SI joint pain. This is where your spine plugs into your pelvis. When the deep core muscles are weak, this joint becomes unstable and it screams. This movement isn't about crunches, it's about waking up the deep internal corset that holds this joint stable, protecting your back. How to do it? Return to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Find a neutral spine. Not arched, not hunched. Flat, like a tabletop. Now, brace your abdomen, as if you're about to be lightly punched in the stomach. With that brace, slowly extend your right arm forward, like you're going to shake someone's hand. At the exact same time, slowly slide your left leg straight back. The goal is not to lift high. The goal is to move without your pelvis or hips moving at all. Imagine you have a glass of water balanced on your low back. Don't spill a drop. Extend, hold for 5 seconds. Feel the connection from your left heel to your right fingertips. Slowly, with total control, bring them back to the start. Now the other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. Hold for 5 seconds. This is an anti-aging movement because it teaches your body to be stable. Stability is the foundation of mobility. Repeat 10 times on each side. Movement 6, the full body nerve floss, for overall mobility. Finally, a movement for the entire system. Sometimes, that stiff feeling isn't a joint at all. It's your nerves. Nerves are like communication cables that run through your entire body. They are designed to glide through the fascia and muscles. But when they get stuck, the brain registers it as tightness, and it will not let you move to protect the nerve. This movement gently flosses those nerves, freeing them from the surrounding tissue. How to do it? Stand tall, with your knees soft. First, tuck your chin to your chest. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Now, one vertebra at a time, begin to roll your spine down. Let your head be heavy. Let the arms hang. Go only as far as you are comfortable. When you feel a light stretch in your hamstrings, stop. Bend your knees generously. Just hang here for 2 deep breaths. Now, slowly, begin to roll back up. Start by tucking your tailbone under. Stack your low back. Then your mid back, your upper back. Your head is the very last thing to come up. Once you are at the top, inhale and reach your arms high up to the sky. A full body stretch. Then exhale and let your arms float back down. Do this 5 times. It is a full reset for the nervous system. And that's it, 6 movements. Not a single one requires you to break a sweat. They are not exercise. They are lubrication. They are maintenance. They are life. The secret to reversing joint aging isn't intensity. It's not a magic pill. It's not a $10,000 surgery. The real secret is consistency. The problem isn't that you're 60. The problem is that you've lived for 60 years without these movements. The stiffness you feel is just the echo of stagnation. You now have the tools to break that cycle. Start today. Give yourself these 10 minutes. When you wake up, before you even get out of bed, do the synovial swirl. When you're waiting for the coffee to brew, do the spinal glide. Before you go to sleep, do the nerve floss. Don't just accept aging. Don't just get older. Choose to move. Choose to lubricate. Choose to be reborn.